What's up, everybody? It's OC Motor back at you with another one on Chris Got Games, and today I'm sure you're wondering what we're going to be talking about. Um, I had Sid on this channel, but before we get started, like the video, comment down below, share with friends, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, press the dislike if you want to, even though YouTube disabled the dislike button. Um, and before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to OB1 Plays, OBE number one, and then Plays on YouTube. So go check him out. I'd also like to give a shout out to Review Tech USA on YouTube. Go check him out. And yeah, today I told you in the past that if I ever thought of a new idea or something that I feel like nobody else is talking about, that I would make a video about it. And so this kind of came to my head, and I'm surprised nobody else has talked about this as a possibility. I guess there's a first for everything. So if you hear anybody in the future talking about this on YouTube, remember that it came from my mouth first. So this is regarding Nintendo and like the Switch and whatnot. So Nintendo's current system is the Switch, and it just surpassed over 100 million units sold. It just surpassed the Wii as Nintendo's most successful selling home console. So it just passed the Wii, and it's still going. But one thing that a lot of people don't like about the Nintendo Switch is the online. The online is bad. It doesn't have native voice chat. It doesn't have achievements, and just stuff like that. And the way that it's set up, it doesn't have a very good selection of games aside from Nintendo and Super Nintendo. And now they finally sprinkled in a little bit of N64 and Sega Genesis, but you have to pay $50 a year now for the expansion pack versus $20 a year. So people don't like that, and they always mention how Nintendo can upgrade their online moving forward and possibly in their next console. Well, here's the thing about Nintendo that I respect about Nintendo. Nintendo's always been the only company that has always set firsts and set precedents. So they were the first company to have a controller with left and right buttons, shoulder buttons, on L and R on the Super Nintendo. They were the first company to have a joystick controller with the N64. They were the first company to implement motion controls into a video game controller with the Wii. And now they're the first person to come out with a hybrid gaming console, or just in gaming in general. They're the first company to come out with some type of a gaming platform or unit that's totally hybrid, where you can dock it and play it on TV, or you can take it off the dock and play it handheld. So they always like to create firsts. And, with the Wii, they thought they had something that nobody else would be able to copy. And then Sony comes along with the Move controls, and Xbox comes along copying them with the Kinect. But the Wii stayed successful, and I think they finally hit something with the Switch that, I know the Steam Deck's going to come out, and that's going to dock. I just don't think it's going to have the staying power as the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo has too many first-party titles. And the top 10 selling video games in the world right now are all Nintendo titles, and I don't think any other company is going to be able to bring that. So I think Nintendo's fine. I think their niche now moving forward is going to be hybrid. If there is a Switch Pro, or there is another successor to the Switch, it's still going to be hybrid. It's going to be a hybrid console. That's their bread and butter now. So, yeah, so with that being said, they like to create first. So something that I'll bet you nobody even thought about this, but something that Nintendo could do that could change the game forever in video games, and it hasn't been done yet because online gaming really started booming with the launch of the 360 around 2005 is when online game first took off and started booming. But ever since then, as far as consoles go and PCs go, online gaming has pretty much been the same. And, it's pretty much been the same with handheld devices except for cell phones. And the reason why I mention cell phones is because here's what I think. I don't think Nintendo should add more games to their platform as far as the online service, which I'm sure they're going to do. And I don't think they really should improve the online, but I think they have the opportunity to do something in the future with the next Switch type console they come out with that nobody's even thinking about, and that could change the game forever in video games and set a new precedent. And that would be so how you have like cell phones, because mobile gaming is becoming super popular now, and especially in like the Chinese market and stuff. And the thing about a cell phone is, like, my cell phone is a prepaid cell phone, so I spend a set $60 a month and I get unlimited everything. Talk, text, web, data for the whole entire month for $60, unlimited everything. And then the next month comes along, I pay the other $60 and it gets renewed, and then I have unlimited service. So I'm able to use the cell phone without ever having to have a Wi-Fi connection, because it has a built-in connection as far as internet goes through the cell phone and through the service. I never have to have a Wi-Fi connection. So with this Nintendo Switch, they say that it's portable and you can take it on the go, but that's kind of false in a way, because yes, you can take the Nintendo Switch on the go as far as playing something like Mario Kart or Super Mario or Doom or something like that. But if you want to play an online game on the Nintendo Switch, as far as like playing the game online with an internet connection, you have to either be at your house docked with your console docked, or you have to be somewhere where a Wi-Fi connection is present. You can't go online to play a game on the Nintendo Switch, or you can't even access the eShop with the Nintendo Switch unless you have some type of Wi-Fi connection. So what I think Nintendo should do, and remember, you heard this here first, and this could change the game. I think with their next console, they should set up their online service like how a cell phone has it, where if you pay $40 a month or $30 a month or whatever, and you pay $30 a month for the Nintendo Online subscription service, then you always have an internet connection as long as you're paid for the service. You never have to have Wi-Fi. It would be a built-in internet service, just like how a cell phone has. So I think that is something that Nintendo could venture into, and then that would make their console really actually 100% portable, because you wouldn't have to, you could go to a park, you could go down by the river, and you could go to places where you wouldn't have to have a Wi-Fi connection. You wouldn't have to tap into a Wi-Fi connection to be able to use the console online. You'd always be able to play it online because you'd have the online through the Nintendo subscription service. So I don't know why nobody else has thought of this. Maybe I'm a genius and it just popped in my head and it's a fucking genius idea. But I really think if Nintendo wants to change the game, and that would put a huge damper on the current success of mobile gaming, if Nintendo comes out and says, you know what? Our next console is going to have an online subscription service that's based around you pay 30 to 40 bucks a month for this online service, and you're going to get unlimited data for the whole entire month. You won't have to have a Wi-Fi connection. You'll get unlimited data through the service. And not even laptops have this yet. So this could be a new revolutionary thing, and it would definitely change the game. And it would definitely change the game, because I don't think Nintendo's quality of their internet is ever going to be up to par with Sony and Microsoft. But this, what I'm talking about, could be a little trinket that they could add that would combat that, or kind of like overshadow that. Because in Microsoft and Sony would be like, oh shit, people that play on a Nintendo platform are able to use the internet on it without having to rely on a Wi-Fi connection, because the internet is built into the Switch itself, kind of like how it is on a cell phone. So that's just something I thought about. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Down in the comments, let me know if that could be a possibility, or if that's something that you would like to see Nintendo do, or if you feel like that's something that could change the game. I want to know your thoughts on it, because I definitely think that could change the game. And I don't know why nobody's ever brought this up. Maybe they're just not smart enough to think about something like that. But now I'm telling you, going forward, if you hear anybody speak on this topic, that means they watched my video, because nobody else has ever talked about this. You can search online and nobody else has ever talked about this. So this is the first video you're going to see that's related to this topic. So nobody else has done this topic, and yeah, I think it could be a game changer if Nintendo would come out, and in that way I'd be and maybe they could even be like, hey, we're going to charge you $70 a year, and you get unlimited internet, unlimited data for the whole entire year, on top of all of the games that we provide on our service, because eventually they're probably going to add more consoles to the online service, or even 80 a year, and that would be some huge thing that would make people want to buy into the Nintendo Switch online service. Would be like, oh shit, and I think it would sell more consoles moving forward, because people would be like, oh shit, I can have this gaming device. And especially if the Switch Pro is or the next Nintendo Switch is capable enough to what they say it's supposed to be, to where it can start running some of these newer games like Call of Duty and stuff. Like, who's not going to want to be able to play Call of Duty on the go and never have to worry about not having an internet connection? So I just think that it's a genius idea, and it could just work out for everybody. But yeah, that's just all I wanted to say. It's C Ducats, OC Motor, signing off on another one on Chris Got Games. And like I said, in the future, if I ever think of something different that nobody else is speaking on, I will let you guys know about it in the video. So take this video, share it with people, pass on this information. I think that more people need to hear this, and I think if my channel and these certain videos go into the right hands, we could really blow this channel up, because I feel like my channel is the most unique channel on YouTube when it comes to gaming, and nobody's doing it the way that I'm doing it. So Yeah, and that's all I wanted to say. C Duckett's OC Motor back at you with another one. Peace.